this. That's the phrase. Not shouted, not tattooed on a wall, just said lightly, like something you already know, like something your nervous system recognizes, but it just forgot it in the noise. So let's start there, not with what you have to do, but with what's already true. You've got this. You've got this, but because your brain is not a machine, it's a living, pattern-making, mistake-adapting miracle. It doesn't wait for perfect plans.
You've got this.
It builds from what's in front of you. You don't need to feel ready. You don't get to feel ready. You just need to be here. Right here is where memory meets momentum. Right here is where self-trust begins, not as confidence, but as a quiet decision to go anyway, to do it anyway.
You've got this.
They don't tell you this enough, but here it is. Uncertainty doesn't mean you're unprepared. It means your brain is scanning for new outcomes. It means you're learning. And learning is never comfortable, but it's always movement. And movement is all we need.
You've got this.
You've got this. Not because you're always certain, but because you keep showing up even when you're not. That's true power. People love to talk about grit. They love the idea of pushing harder, going faster, optimizing output. But the truth is your brain doesn't work better under pressure. It works better when it's safe to explore.
You've got this.
So let yourself breathe. Regulation first, then attention, then action. That's the real hierarchy of high performance, even if nobody puts it on a productivity planner. You've got this, not when you grind your way through it, but when you remember to tune in before you turn on.
You've got this.
You've got this.
You've got this.
You don't need a full plan. You just need the next reasonable step. And your brain, it loves steps. It loves knowing what comes first and what comes next. It doesn't need the final product. It just needs the next move. So when in doubt, start with structure, not as a cage, but as a runway.
You've got this.
Take the meeting, cancel the meeting, drink water, check your posture. Don't over-engineer breakthroughs. Sometimes momentum comes from the most boring thing you do all day. So let it be simple. Let it be unsexy. Let it be doable. You've got this, because you're built to begin.
You've got this.
And when your thoughts race, remember, the brain doesn't need to slow down. It needs to feel held. It needs direction, not discipline. Cues, not critiques. Patterns, not pressure. And that's what you can give it. A list, a beat, a place to start. That's how executive function actually functions.
You've got this.
You've got this because you know what rhythm feels like. Even when your mind forgets the words, your feet continue to dance. So let me remind you of something. Every breakthrough you've ever had came from something small done repeatedly. That email you sent, that 5-minute break you actually took, that let's try moment that turned into momentum. Not magic, not motivation, just action layered on attention. That's the math of progress. That's the neuroscience of momentum. That's the truth behind knowing that above all, you've got this. So let go of the idea that clarity comes before motion. Clarity often follows motion, so move. You can move a little, you can move a lot, just move towards something, through something, inside something. Because once the brain senses movement, it stops bracing and it starts building.
Got this.
And no, you won't always feel amazing doing it, but you'll be in motion. And motion is medicine. Sometimes what you need isn't a pep talk, it's a pause. So pause, then pivot. Not because you're behind, but because you're adjusting. You're recalibrating. An adjustment is not a failure of the plan, it's the plan working. It's your way to know.
You've got this.
You're not lost, you are processing. You're not failing, you're learning how long things actually take. You're not late, you're aligning. And you are not broken, you are rebuilding the map from the inside. And that takes time, so stop beating yourself up about it and just know. Just know. You've got this.
You've got this.
Here's the secret. Nobody ever feels fully ready. They just move anyway. And readiness, that meets them at the end. You don't need to wait until you feel qualified. Your brain is always under construction. Plasticity is a gift, not a punishment. It means you can start again.
You've got this.
And you can start again at any point, on any day, in any mood, at any time. Even right now. Even tomorrow. Or the next day. Whenever you need to. You can start again. You can start again. Because you've got this. Because you've made it here. And here, that means progress. Here means you've already made decisions that worked. Even if they weren't pretty. Even if they didn't look like confidence. They got you here. Which means they mattered. Which means you mattered. So maybe today is not about a breakthrough. Maybe today is about the rep, the rhythm, the honest attempt. Maybe today is the before part of a story that's going to make total sense later. That counts. That's enough. You've got this.
You've got this.
Let other people chase perfect. You get to chase possible.
You've got this.
Let other people post progress. You get to keep yours personal. Let other people overcomplicate. You get to keep it simple. And yes, some days will feel off. Some hours will evaporate. And some plans will dissolve into noise. That's part of the pattern. Don't panic. Recenter. Reground. Recommit. Repeat the mantra.
You've got this.
Until something in your body agrees, you've got this. Confidence isn't a mood, it's a muscle memory. It's the echo of past action reminding you that you have done this before and you can do it again. Even now, especially now, you've got this. So say it. Say it while you're walking. Say it while you're waiting. Say it when the stakes feel way too high. Say it when the task feels way too small. Say it even when you don't fully believe it, because that's when your brain starts to listen.
You've got this.
Self-talk isn't just psychological, it's physiological. Every phrase trains a pathway, every loop becomes a lane. So pick one that leads you home.
This.
You've got this. Say it again, one more time, then get back to work. Because this isn't about hype, this is about remembering that agency, it lives in your pocket. That clarity lives one breath away. That presence is always an option.
You've got this.
You don't have to feel powerful to be powerful. You don't have to feel ready to begin. You don't have to feel different to make a different choice. You just have to remember, you've got this. So keep choosing the next thing, not the best thing.
You've got this.
That's enough to build a day, and a day is enough to build a streak, and a streak, well, that's how the brain learns to believe you. Belief doesn't start in your thoughts, it starts in your nervous system. It's the way your body begins to associate motion with safety.
You've got this.
In the small way that we each speak to ourselves, we can say, this is working, this is safe, this is me, right here, right now. I've got this.
You've got this.
So don't wait for permission, just give it to yourself, to try again, to move slower, to ask for help, to change your mind without explanation, to not have the words yet.
You've got this.
You are allowed to go at your own pace, even if it's not impressive. You don't owe anyone your urgency. You don't owe anyone your suffering as proof that you're trying. You do owe yourself curiosity, compassion, and a plan that you can actually live with. Because when your system feels safe, it performs better, and safety isn't laziness.
You've got this.
Safety is intelligence. It's what makes focus sustainable. It's what makes flow possible. And it starts when you stop treating yourself like a project and start treating yourself like a person. You've got this. Still here. Still choosing. Still trying. And if nothing else is clear today, let this be. You've got this. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because you're here. Because you're listening. And because you haven't stopped. Because you know. You've got this.
You've got this. You've got this.
You might not feel it, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Because confidence is rarely loud at the start. It's not a cheer, it's not a victory pose. It's a quiet nod from the part of you that's seen this kind of thing before. And trust me, there is a part of you that has, even if you've forgotten. Because memory, it's funny like that.
You've got this.
It doesn't always show up where you want it to be, but it's there, written in your wiring, etched into your patterns, softly reminding your nervous system, we've done hard things before, we can do them again. You've got this.
You've got this.
Not because you're invincible, not because today is perfect, but because your brain is built for recall, for stacking experience like bricks. Even when you weren't paying attention, your brain was.
You've got this.
Every moment you kept going, every tiny recovery, every not today that still moved forward, every time you thought you didn't handle it but did. Confidence doesn't always look like knowing. Sometimes it just looks like showing up anyway.
You've got this.
It's not about certainty, it's about familiarity. Some part of this moment, this feeling, this hill in front of you, some part of it echoes something you've already handled. Maybe not the exact shape, but the weight, the work, the tension of not being sure.
You've got this.
None of that's new. And your system remembers, even if you forgot. Your breath remembers how to calm you. Your muscles remember the rhythm of effort. And your mind, given just enough room, always remembers.
You've got this.
You've got this because you've made choices that made sense with the information you had. You've adjusted under pressure. You've rebuilt under low battery. You've stretched your bandwidth, and then you found more and you stretched again. That's not luck. That's not magic. That's you working with what you had at the time that you had it and doing enough to keep moving forward. We might want confidence to always feel like energy, but sometimes it just feels like memory. A sense of, this isn't brand new. A sense of, some version of me has already handled this. A sense of, I've got this. Because even when it doesn't feel familiar, it still feels possible. And that's enough.
You've got this.
Your system doesn't need to feel certain to move forward. It just needs to feel safe enough to be able to try. And you can create that safety, not by control, but by consistency, by showing up, by adjusting the pace,
You've got this.
by not judging the wobble, by learning in public, by stacking quiet wins that no one sees but you. Confidence isn't found at the finish line. It's built in the decision to keep going when nobody else is clapping. It's built in the 6th draft, in the 7th day, in the times you tell yourself, let's just do it and see what happens. You've got this because you've let go of more than you've held on to. You've navigated through fog. You've recalibrated mid-flight. You've walked into rooms you thought you didn't belong in, and somehow you stayed long enough to realize that you did. That doesn't go away. That stacks. That builds.
You've got this.
So take the step, or take the pause, or change your mind, or pick up where you left off. You've got this, not all of it, but this part, and then the next part, and the next, because that's how it works. Capability isn't all at once. It's cumulative, it's recoverable, and it's already in you. Sometimes the system just needs a minute to catch up. So feel your feet. Loosen your shoulders and tell yourself the only thing that matters right now. You've got this.
You've got this.